Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's Alex Burns here with Go Select Group, and I am super excited today to be able to shoot off this program, Path to Platinum. I hope you're ready to go. Make sure you get your workbooks and your pens ready. We are going to go rapid fire through this program, and I'm super excited to see you guys on the other side. We'll talk to you soon. All right, welcome to the Path to Platinum. I know there's a lot of people that have been anticipating this course here for the past couple months since we announced it, and I'm super excited to be able to bring this information to you guys. It certainly helped shape my career. When I started in the business going back 20 years ago, I was a new agent with Remax, and I was obviously looking and grabbing onto anything I could possibly learn to get myself into this business. And some of you might be feeling the same way, where maybe you're new or maybe you've had a past couple of years that have been challenging. And I'm really excited because what we're bringing to you today is something that changed my life originally when I started. And since taking this course, I've actually taken 4 other courses after the fact. And this is the type of program that it's not going to necessarily tickle your ears. It's going to help equip you and give you the skills and tools you need to be successful in this real estate career of yours. And I'm going to help obviously shape a bit of the identity of what a top producer looks like, what are the activities a top producer does, and hopefully you can implement just a little bit of this stuff into your business for 2025. You know, some of you might have some really big goals or big dreams this year, or you maybe think that they're too big and you don't want to necessarily put them down on paper. And one of the things that I want to encourage you with today is if you take the time to put down your goals and you line them up with activities, you will find success. And so the biggest thing for us today is just to help manage everybody's goals and dreams with this course. And of course, some people have bigger goals than others, and other people are just starting out and they're here to learn. And so I just want to welcome you all to the program. Obviously, we've got lots to cover today, and I'm super excited. One of the things that I'm really eager to do is introduce one of my coaches actually through this program. Doug Thompson is somebody that I have a lot of respect for. We've known each other for quite a few years now because he was my instructor through this program. And so after Rob and I discussed actually putting this course together, it was from a position of, well, how can we help the office get to the next level? And although I haven't taught this course specifically, I do have a team back in Canada. For all those Canadians out there who are on the call, shout out to you guys. And we put this course together because we felt that there was a need to be able to get agents to the next level. And you might already be at that 150, 250,000 range, and you want to get to that 500,000. You're welcome here. You might be brand new and you're just learning how to like open up a lockbox and like talk to a buyer or seller. You're also welcome in this course. As I said, when I started this program, I was quite young and new, and I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to be connected with peers and people that were leaders in the marketplace. And so for the leaders that are in this group, I just want to say thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Rob, Elena, and the leadership team for helping put this course together. Without them, this would not be possible today. And I also wanted to give a shout out to obviously the students that just raised their hand and said that they wanted to help. And so I'm excited for you guys, and I'm of course excited to get this thing started off. So let's get to work. Hey, Doug, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Apparently I was muted that last segment. Did you hear me speaking, or was it muted?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, I'm just messaging Anthony right now. All right, I got 7 text messages about being muted. I thought I said some good stuff, but We're just going to keep it rolling. So, anyways, I just wanted to introduce to you guys somebody special. Now, I want to make sure that I am being heard. So, if you just texted me saying I was muted, can you also text me to see if I am still muted? All right, I got Abraham. I am on now. So, I thought it was so good. I thought I really prepared myself for that speech. Unreal. Anyways, that's technology for you guys. So, getting back to what I said earlier, which was you're here for a reason. This is an opportunity for you in your business to obviously grow, and we're super excited to have you. We're very thankful for the leadership team to help put this course together. Prior to joining Remax Select Group, I had a team back in Canada. I still do, and we run a Pinnacle team with Remax, and I'm excited because as a team leader, I see the value in investing in agents. And one of the things I was mentioning in my long drawn out message that you couldn't hear was when I was 20 years old as a new agent, I was looking to find any type of mentorship, direction in my business. And I happened to stumble across a program. And the program that we're designing today has a lot of hints of that program. And I actually happened to bring my instructor with me, which I'm super excited about. Doug Thompson, he was my instructor. He had to put up with all my excuses and victories along the way. And I'm excited because once I found out that this was a course that we were going to put on, I just thought right away I should reach out to an old-time friend. So, Doug, welcome. How's everybody doing today, and how are you?
Really good, Alex. Ready to kick into gear and get to work. So, and yeah, Alex was a pain in the ass, just to get it clear for everybody. But he's come a long way in his career and very proud of what he's accomplished. And together, we're looking to bring you guys some very valuable information and be able to help you in your careers as you take off to whatever level you're at today.
Awesome. Is the slide still over to the left there?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I'm just messaging.
Do they have their information as far as each slide goes, Alex?
Yeah, so everybody has their handout. So if you are, thanks, Anthony. So if you are joining us today, obviously, we've got a brochure that we did send out to all of the members here. We emailed it. So if you did not get it, what I would like to do is ask someone to potentially copy the Google link and put it in the chat for everyone else. So if someone could do that, that would be really appreciated because I'm actually on a different platform than Zoom right now, so it's not as easy for me to see. So I'd appreciate that. If you didn't get it, you can also email me and I'll send it to you after. So obviously today is a critical piece in our program because it's talking about our schedule. And our schedule gives us the opportunities to obviously accomplish our goals. And what I find is we're going to obviously give you the tips and tricks to run a good quality schedule, but you're going to want to stay tuned because there's going to be potentially some mistakes that you might have if you don't follow our tips, which will be our first lesson. We're going to go through our team leader highlights. We're going to go through what the team looks like and what you can expect for your Friday self-directed work groups. We're also going to talk about our tracking and the valuing of activities. Again, not everything is just, doing one or two things. It's a combination of a lot of things. And we're going to actually bring that up in our segment today, just how we're valuing them based on growing our business. There's lots of important things that we could be focusing on. And this course is not necessarily a problem-solving course. This is a prospecting course. And for those that may have heard this come out of my mouth, I really do stress this in my business that 80% of our time should be focused on prospecting. 17% should be working on the business and in the business. And 3% of our time should be problem solving. And if you find that you're problem solving more than you're prospecting, I can see that probably in your income. So we'll get into that, and that's going to be a big part of our course. We're going to have our weekly breakdown overviews, what you can expect. We get to talk about our prizes and R4. For those that are thinking about going to R4, just a reminder in case I forget, is that today is the last day for the early bird pricing. So if you are thinking about it, register today and save on that. And then we're going to open up for Q&A and hear any testimonials for anybody that has done the Sweat Hogs program in the past. There are a few of you that have actually registered for this course and you're really excited and fired up. So we're happy you're here. And of course, if you have any insights or any results, please let us know. Do you want to add anything to that, Doug, as far as results with the program? Because I know that you've done this quite a few times. Why don't you share a little bit about that?
When you look at the results as far as any type of a space training type program, you can expect a large result if you put in the time and the energy and the effort. That's all that your side of it needs to be. We will bring you the tools. We'll give you the right projection to go on and what track to get onto. It's a matter of you deciding, are you willing to put in that extra time? And to give you a statistic of our office years ago, when I very first took this type of a program for myself in 1990, not to date myself because that's when we actually took it, but our office went from a 17% market share to a 34% market share in 18 months. That was an office. We all were working at Central 21 at that time, and there was 5 of us that took the program, and 4 out of 5 of us all became centurions, which is basically the same as what you're looking at here today as the path to greatness that you're wanting to get to, right? And so here's the thing. If you're ready to make that commitment, you're ready to get to work, we can help you to go to whatever level you're at. And there is, as Alex said, there's going to be people in here that are at 250 that want to go to 500. There's definitely tools in this segment right now that you're going to go through that you're not doing, that you need to be doing, or you should be doing. You know, I coach people today that are doing $1 million a year that are still finding themselves having to refine and get better at the things that we're going to talk about over the next 7 weeks. So there's lots to do, lots to learn, and you can definitely go to another level if you're wanting to. It helped me to become a person that was the #1 agent in Canada for Central 21, averaged 100 closings a year consistently by myself without an assistant. So if you're ready to go to another level in your business, today's the day that you can get started.
Let's do it. All right. So we're talking about time management. You know, one of the things that we want to do is we want to maximize, obviously, our time. Big thing that we do is we want to make sure that when we set up our week in a glance, it's like things are going to happen. Like, you know, you're not going to be able to have a perfect work week every week. The way I look at this, because I'm not strong in time management, is I look at this as my default. So when I'm not working on like balance, I know what I need to reset myself back to. And so what we go through is we go through our green time. That's our money making activities. Okay. We go through our pink time, which is our personal time. If you are married or you have a significant other or kids or whatever, pets, you want to invest in those times. You want to time block that time. If you don't, you might end up in trouble. And then, of course, yellow time is working in our business, like showings, doing things that are, you know, paperwork, things that are expected of us in our business. They're servicing the business that we have, but it's not new business. And then that white time right there, that's blank, that you think there's a missing word. It's okay. That's actually our free time. That's our time that in case something were to happen, that we could now use that time wisely in our schedule. So let's jump into a few different time management schedules, and we'll be able to talk about the challenges here. Obviously, when we do time blocking, we want to make sure that we do it in a week in advance. We could time block our travel and our big goals and stuff like that in our main schedule, but I'm going to go through weekly setting of schedule. One of the things that I wanted to recommend is when you set weekly and daily goals, that they're just the same. And you could always tweak it and adjust it, but you want to make sure it's not specific activities. You want to give them a bit of, how can I say it? You want to give it the time slot of which area you're going to slide that activity in. So we go to the next slide. Obviously, too much of everything could be a dangerous thing. For those that are workaholics like myself, if we're focusing too much on green activities, then we're going to have too much business happening. And now we're in a situation where we may not be able to service our clients properly, or we may not be able to be there for our family and the ones that we love and care about. Of course, if you're out all the time traveling and you're not prospecting and you have too much pink time, that's a problem in itself. Your bank account's getting empty and you're not actually earning an income. Uh, Obviously, white time is relaxation. It's your fill-in time. It's your downtime. That's an opportunity to obviously keep it sparingly, but always keep it available. And then obviously, no yellow time. If you're not growing and you're not investing in yourself and your business, and you're on that hamster wheel, too much of that. I've been on that hamster wheel so many times in my career, and too much of that could be a challenge. And what I find is, if we don't stop and look at our results, then you put your head up and you're like, oh my gosh, there goes another year. And so, super important to not have too much or no yellow time, just too much green time. So yeah, move along. All right. So this is one of our schedules that's just super busy. You don't have a lot of gaps in your schedule. If this is you, where you've chocker blocked full every hour of the day, nothing wrong with that until something happens. Someone else's schedule gets in the way because now there's a fire. And in real estate, shout out to Chief Baker. Real estate's like you're running a fire department, right? You're putting out fires all the time. You've got to have time in your schedule to be able to accommodate some of the changes. And so there's not enough white space on this one. And I think everyone can see that pretty evidently, that if something were to come up, something's going to be sacrificed. And unfortunately, it's our pink time often. And that's not good if you want to keep your marriage. Next slide, please. All right. So obviously, we want to have adequate time for everything, but we know that we want to be reasonable with our expectations. So again, getting down to a balanced schedule. Let's get over to the next slide. Okay. This is all green, all hustle. This is someone that reminds me of myself, actually. Hey, Doug. So this one, again, it's all good and fine when you like to be busy, but unfortunately, there's some things that are being missed here. And this is the one that I was talking about, where you just feel like you have your head down, you're on the hamster wheel, and there's not enough business building time, and there's not enough personal time with your family, and that can be damaging. So let's avoid being the hustler. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Let's talk about the balanced work week. Let's go to the next. Here we go. Okay, this is a high performer schedule. So what I'm hoping to do here is, inside your package, is we actually outline what a work week would look like from a top producer. Okay. The reason why we put the green activity in the morning is because that's the time you have your highest and best energy, and that's the time that you should be focusing on prospecting. Okay. You might have your morning routine. For those that are in the 5 a.m. club, that's fantastic. You've got more white time or pink time. That's great. But we're looking at an average work week right here. And maybe Saturday and Sunday, you might not want to do both days for prospecting, but if you wanted to take your business from 0 to 250 pretty quickly, I think this would be a pretty strong work week. And again, it's not always going to work out that way, but this is something you could look towards and say, okay, what should I do to organize my days so I could be a high performer? And this would be a perfect example. Go ahead, Doug.
One of the things that we want to look at, gang, and one of the reasons why we have white space that we didn't touch on, that we want to touch on, is that the strong people that control their time learn how to get people to fit into their time. As an example, somebody phones and says, I want to list my house. Okay, great. Now I want to list my house, but I want to list my house and I want to meet with you today in this schedule that we have here today, right in front of us. I want to meet at 2 in the afternoon. Well, you're already scheduled in at 2 in the afternoon. You already have something blocked into your schedule. So therefore, it's a matter of that's a problem. So what we want to try to do is we want to try to learn to be able to switch people into our time that's available, not the other way around, as much as we possibly can. So therefore, if we look and we go down to, I'm not very good at the other clock time, but I think it's -2. So I think it's 4 o'clock is what it is in the afternoon, where it says our flex time. What we would want to do is we want to be able to see if that person could go to meet with you at 4, or would 5 be better, so that it ends up that they would fit into that white space. For myself, I'd like to have a little bit more white space in a perfect calendar than what, just to give us a little more flexibility. That's all, as far as that goes. But you want to, the main thing that I'm trying to prove here or put forward to you is that when somebody's calling you, try to make them fit into your schedule, not the other way around. Now, needless to say, if they say they only can do it between this time and this time, list my house or not, you're going to go at that time. Let's face it, right? But at the end of the day, we want to, if we can learn to get people to fit into our schedule, we're going to be a lot more effective, a lot more efficient with our time.
Good point. Thank you so much. And of course, we prioritize everything in our schedule. So when we're with our family or we're doing things that are important to us, maybe going to the gym, those are appointments that are solid in your schedule. And so when someone says, hey, can you meet me this time? Like Doug said, there's times for that. And you need to work around the schedule that you've built. And of course, tweak things, review them. Not every week's going to be perfect, but it's something for you to come back to week after week to keep you on track. All right. This is exciting. So now we have our team leader lineup. Wow. So obviously, thank you so much for the team leaders. What is involved in the team leaders is they're going to help, keep everybody's tasks going, and be encouraging. Boots on the ground, we call it. There's a couple team leaders that are not on this slide, and so Danielle, she has Scott on her group. So between Danielle and Scott, they're going to be running a team in New Jersey. And then we have Eric Pruitt, who's also a team leader now, and he's going to be out of the Palm Beach area. So look at this beautiful lineup of leaders. And you know what I love about this is that every single person I talked to in this lineup here all wanted to give back. And for those that have been in the business for a while, what that means to you is the opportunity to be around new agents or people that are in the business and they need help. You are the first ones to raise your hand because you care about the industry, you care about the company, and obviously you care about the person. And so I just want to thank all of these leaders here individually. You guys are amazing, and you have your work cut out for you. There's no doubt about it. The team leader in this course has a responsibility, and we're here to support them as best we can. And all I ask from the students is you make sure that you show them the respect and the appreciation that they deserve, because they're giving you their time. These are all top producers in their own right, and they have better things to be doing. Like many team leaders that are on this call said, do I really want to do this? And after, explaining to them the program and sharing with them the vision, they put their hands up and they said, yes, I'm willing to help. And so for that, thank you so much to the team leaders. And of course, for those that are wondering who's on what team, we're going to be establishing that today. Over the weekend, we had 30 more registrants come through. We needed more team leaders, and we had some people step up. And so by the time that the day is over, you will be assigned a team and you will receive your .loop contract. And the reason why we didn't send that paperwork over to you sooner was we needed to establish your team leader first. And so I appreciate your patience with that. It was a very long, busy weekend, lots of excitement around that. And I'm super excited for all these amazing people, a part of our awesome company. And it's not too late. If you have team leadership qualities, definitely reach out, because we are over 100 people in this course right now. And so we'd like to be able to divide up some of the group a little bit more. So that would be great. All right. So, nothing becomes dynamic unless it becomes specific. That was a line that I heard once upon a time. And really, it's about specific in the activities that we do every day. I want to make 250,000, or I want to make $1 million this year, Alex. How am I going to do it? And, for those that maybe are young, parents, or maybe they're, phasing out their stage of their real estate careers, maybe that's not a goal that you want to accomplish. Maybe that is a number that's in your mind, but once you actually divide up the activities and what's required of you, it'll help you understand if it's going to be achievable or not. And so if you have certain numbers, which I know that you filled out when you actually registered for the course, those are going to be directly related to the activities you're going to be doing. And so, of course, everybody that's been in the business for a while, we know that our money-making machine is this thing right here. That's the Toronto Maple Leafs sweater, for those that can see that. I'm a Leafs fan. That's my beautiful wife and my daughter, Brooklyn. And for those that know that, where do I make most of my headway? It's going to be on the phone. It's going to be on the phone in so many different ways. And so, when we're making our appointments, we're text messaging, we're calling, we're emailing, we're doing whatever we can. But that device of yours is your best friend. If you were to say, Alex, I only have $1,500 in my pocket, what am I going to do to get my business started? I'd just say, make sure you have one of these, and then we'll take care of the rest, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to be tracking our appointment setting. We're going to be tracking your social media engagement. This is something that we just added to our team back in Canada, and our social media has grown exponentially because of it. It's forcing people that don't like social media to embrace it. It's also forcing those that might be sharing a lot of personal stuff to maybe share some more corporate stuff. So on that note, I'm just going to share a small detail. If you are already on a real estate team and you're in this course, you're sharing your team leaders' information. You're sharing their posts. You're sharing your team's content. That's the content we're talking about. If you are an independent, you're sharing Remax content. You're sharing Remax stuff. And if you haven't already joined a bunch of the Remax Facebook groups for inspiration or content, you're missing out significantly. That's one of the greatest things that we have with this company is awesome content and great, contests and information. Make sure you join those groups and take advantage of that program. And so you're going to be evaluated based on your videos. You're sharing, you're liking, you're commenting. Those are types of activities that we're going to be tracking in this course. Recruiting. If you know of agents that would be a good fit for Remax Select Group, definitely reach out to me. This is an opportunity. What we're going to do is we're trying to bring good quality agents to our company, always looking for good, talented people. Make sure that you keep that in mind through the course, because we are offering some great incentives for that. And we're obviously adding that to the tracker sheet. So if you're a team leader and you want to expand your team, reach out to me. If you're an individual agent that had a good experience with an agent recently on a transaction, or have a friend in the business, please reach out to me. That would be awesome. We're going to be rewarding people based on contracts signed, of course. That means we're making money, right, Doug? We're making money. So that's good. And then obviously anything to do with deals based on referrals to mortgage brokers, which we have Motto Mortgage, one of our sponsors of this program. So any referrals to them, there'll be some incentives and bonuses for that. And really, it's just about getting our mindset around what is a top producing doing on a daily basis. Not every day we're selling a house, but can we help another family? And if we really invest in this program and invest in our database and our CRMs, we could be impacting a lot of other industries because of this real estate business that we're in. We're connected to a lot of different big life decisions, and you can significantly impact professionals around you. And so what we're going to be doing through this program is we're going to also go through how to build a service fence around your client and to build a database that's going to have some real value for 2025. And every week, we're going to be sending out a message on Friday, and we're going to be asking for your numbers. So inside the kit that you have right now, you're going to log your numbers daily. We're going to send a digital version out as well in case you just want to keep it on a computer screen. And then at the end of the week, we're going to get you to input that into a Google form, like what you filled out for this course. And that Google form will be able to help us track with graphs and spreadsheet how well your team is doing. So all of the numbers from each team are going to be calculated into this spreadsheet. And then we'll have a graph and we'll be tracking who's the highest producers, who are the most improved, and who are the slackers. We don't want to see any slackers. So anyways, that'll be good. So getting into the point system, we've laid this out in the guide as well, but of course we value every activity, but some of them are also more important than others, because we can call our mom, we can call our dad, we can call our sister and brother, but are we making calls to people? And so what we want to do is we want to encourage, a number of calls directly related to your goal. And for those that have been in the business for a while that have a stronger conversion rate, you kind of know your numbers a little bit better than maybe someone that's newer. But what we're doing is we're trying to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone. So what I would say, just roughly, you should be making 20 to 30 phone calls a day. Okay, in this program, we're trying to get exponential growth. We're going to need to do some things that are going to push us. And I would say 20 to 30 calls would be something I would keep in mind. And then out of that, we're going to have conversations. That's a 2-point conversion. That should be anywhere from 4 or 5 calls that you actually get on the phone with people. You might start text messages, but I'm talking about actual phone calls. So that's important. If you can book an appointment, you're going to get 10 points. If you actually follow through and get the appointment done, like a CMA or a buyer's presentation, and it actually happens, that's 20 points. You're going to get 10 points for original creation of a post. Obviously, liking, commenting, again, inside the real estate forum, not personally. We're talking about reaching out to maybe a team leader's post or something that Remax is doing. Just track your numbers. We're trying to get the engagement up. And so you're going to get acknowledged for commenting, liking, resharing, you're going to get 5 points. If you get into a dialogue conversation with somebody, like you're actually talking to a prospect because they see, you're reaching out to them, and make sure you come on Wednesday because we're going to give you some scripts on how to do that. But if you get into conversations on direct message, that also counts. Selfie style videos. Scott, we were chatting about that, and he's all about the video right now. And so what we want to do is we want to add some incentive for those that are uncomfortable with the video. You got to get comfortable, man. Let's get going. So we got 2 points for that. Let's reward those that don't mind being out there. So that's awesome. Okay. This is important for Alex now. So we want to make sure that we're talking to recruits. So if you have somebody that is a good fit and a conversation started, you get 50 points. You got to get them over to me. Obviously, if they're a good fit, I will send them to management. That'll be another 50 points. And if they get recruited, it's going to be 100 points. And that's going to be really exciting for our family here at Remax Select Group. We're looking to see if they can be the right fit. But as you can see, we're going to reward your activity, and then some of it's up to us to make sure they're the right fit for us. So we want to give you some good points right off the bat. And then at the end, if they do work out for the company, then we'll make sure we give you a monster bonus. Listing agreement signed, 25 points. Buyer's representation. So obviously new rules. Let's lead with like value. I'm excited because we do have a segment in our program, which I will talk about shortly, is we're going to go through buyers and listing presentations, and Doug's going to help us with that. We have actual presentations that we're going to give you guys. So that's going to be good to add to your business. You're going to get points for that. We're going to teach you how to go and get the appointment. We're going to teach you how to close at the appointment, and we're going to teach you how to present with that material. So that's going to be awesome. And of course, this is what we're here for. We're here for more contracts. So we're going to give 50 points for any buyer-seller deal done. So that's really exciting. So, for those that are already top producers, you're going to like that already because you're going to shoot up to the leaderboard. But remember, the stats are as a team. So for those that are like the high D personality on the disc profile, and you're just like head down, don't worry about anybody else, you got to remember there's other people in your group too. You're not going to win this contest just by yourself. I promise you. Maybe you will. I don't know, but pretty likely not. Open houses, 10 points. Door knocking. I know that Rob loves door knocking. I actually love door knocking too. Quick tip, don't go to the door unless you don't have value. So when you show up to a door, you need to have value. And one of the things that is a good thing to do is you go and tell people of a new listing that's coming for sale in their neighborhood. That would be valuable. And then you'd say, oh, by the way, if I talk to a buyer and that house is not the right fit for them, do you think that maybe that you might be the right fit? Like, would this house be for sale if I could bring somebody? Oh no, we love it here. No problem. The other thing I might ask is if you have a friend that might be moving, do you think that you could recommend this house to them? So now you're in a conversation with a potential seller or a potential referral opportunity of someone that might be looking to move to the area. That's a good way to door knock. So make sure you do that, and you get a point for that. 25 points per week max for those that like to hit the doors, and then the follow-up calls. This is like the fortune right here. Like, you made the first phone call, they gave you their search, they said, contact me in 3 months, and then you contact them in half the time. That's one of the training tools that we're going to go through. They say 3 months, you call them 45 days. You make that phone call, you get 2 points, because that means you're doing like what most realtors are not doing, and that's following up. And I want you to like write that one down, like follow up. Fortune is in the follow up. Perfect. Okay. So we got our Wednesday meetings. For those that did get a chance to see the schedule, this is awesome. So we're incentivizing inside our self-directed work groups. The team leaders are going to put together a program on Friday for you. It's going to be based on your guys' time schedule. Some of you are going to do it in person as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a buddy system outside of that group. And so when you're in a group, let's say of 10 people, we're going to buddy up with 2. You're going to have a buddy that week. If you guys do some role playing together outside of our course, you get 5 points. Okay. If you work on, like if there's somebody that's inside the program and you share something, we're going to give you points for that, because we want to incentivize those that are actually really growing together and building those relationships. One of the things that Doug mentioned to me was, and it's true, like there are relationships and connections established for like 30 years because of this program. Like the bond that is created, the families that have been made, the relationships that have been like solidified because of going into a competition that's fun with a group of people that, share similar interests. You're building relationships here. And, early on in my career, I always looked at real estate as like a competition against even my peers. And now that I've been doing it as long as I have, I've already, as a young guy, I was, fumbling through the business, but now I'm interested in allies. I don't want enemies. I want allies. And so these are allies for you. And so if you invest in creating allies in your team, we're going to reward you with some more points. That's awesome. And of course, every week when you do the things that are expected of you, which is to show up at the program and submit your numbers on time, you're going to get points for that. And of course, if you're a top performer of the team that week, we will also give you an additional 20 points. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the fun things, like what is the incentives? Well, first and foremost, we're looking for obviously the top producing agents. We're looking for the most improved, and we're looking for the best team. For those that don't know this, Mono Mortgage and Rob with Remax Select Group have agreed to put up some pretty sweet prizes. And so I'm excited because, from where I'm from, like, we would just maybe get like a gift card or like a high five, but this is like next level. And it's really just about celebrating what Remax is doing in the community, and also Remax as a company. R4 tickets for the winning team, R4 ticket for the top producer, and that could be the same person. And that's either for this February or next February. So the goal is that you would actually be the winner and win this. But what I would suggest is, if you are still planning to go R4, make sure you book your ticket today, and we will refund your ticket once you've actually registered. And so we're making sure that you are going to take advantage of the ticket. So once you have paid for the ticket, send the receipt in. If you're one of the winners, we will refund you back on your account. Okay. Each week we're going to be giving away gift cards and prizes, but that's going to be the giveaway for the best team agents. And then for the team leaders, we've got a special trip planned for you. So whoever the winning team leader is, we've got a trip to either Arizona or New York. and that's going to be an opportunity to come in and meet a couple of the offices. We're going to put you up on a hotel and flights. And so that's a very special prize. The R4 ticket is just the ticket. It's not including your hotel or airfare, but it's a significant investment. I think it's around $700 or $800, if I'm not mistaken, because they've included the entertainment inside the ticket this year. So if you can't make it this year to R4, no problem. We will go ahead and credit you for the following year. But if you haven't been to R4 and you're a Remax agent, you're missing out, like, significantly. I've been with Remax for close to 20 years now. This is my 19th year license, 2 years as an admin. And I started going to them kind of like midway into my career. And I think when I did my numbers this past year, I think I made $120,000 in referrals. Now, that's not even that much compared to some other people that are on this call right now. But, you know, when you think about the investment of what you put into this company every year, if you are an agent and you are paying your dues and you're potentially hitting your cap, like 120,000 minus what I'm putting in every year to be a part of this company, I think it's a pretty good investment, don't you? So how do I get that? I'm meeting Remax agents, top producers across the countries. And when referrals are coming through those provinces or states, they remember me from the convention. So make sure you prioritize that as a business opportunity. And that's also a write-off. And if you like to go to like nice hotels and stuff like that, and maybe bring your spouse with you, it's an opportunity for you to get away too. So highly recommend it. And make sure you book today, because it is literally the last day for the early bird pricing. All right, opening it up to Q&A. What do you think, Doug? Was that okay? I mean, we botched the first couple minutes, but, you know, for the most part, I think we did okay.
You can never expect technology and the first go of something to work perfect all the time. So good job, good job. So far, so good. And now hopefully we'll have some questions about the program and anything else that you are challenged with as far as in the real estate industry right now. Today, we got a few minutes. We could probably answer some questions about that too.
Yeah, if it has to be even itinerary questions, like if I miss something because I had a schedule, and of course I'm a realtor, I just like wing a lot of it. But for the most part, if there's anything that you guys want to know about the program, no question's a bad question. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have similar questions that you do, so go ahead. Okay, we got Bobby, we got Eric. Raise your hand. I like that, and I can see it.
So go ahead then, Robert or Bob, what is your question, Bobby?
Okay, so I have a pre-planned trip to Toronto, and I'm tugging on Alex's heartstrings here, coming up to see the Maple Leafs next week. And the way the schedule runs, fingers crossed, I'll still be able to make Wednesday's session, but traveling back to Jersey on Friday, I don't know if I'll be here in time on Friday. So I'm just wondering, is that going to cause a problem for me?
Quick answer is yes, that caused a problem, but it's not my problem, it's yours. So you do whatever you can, Robert, to make it work. If you can't, I totally understand. Team leaders have sympathy. Some of them do. I know there's some regimented team leaders on the leaderboard. So hopefully you've got a team leader that has grace. But no, I think it's okay. The thing about Wednesdays is they're going to be designed to participate and listen in on prospecting calls. So they're going to be live training based on agents contacting databases. And we're going to have different like talking points of prospecting. Like we'll do expireds one week, sphere of influence the other, and whatnot. Internet leads will also be added to that as well. So, obviously we're expecting high participation. One of the things I will say that when you come to this course, I am looking for your camera to be on. That's something that, as an expectation as a leader, I just want to know that people are paying attention to this because it's important to me. Now, some of you are turning your camera on now. That's great. Thank you for doing that. But it's really for your benefit. When you turn your camera on and you are here to work and you're dressed for success, it's going to show in your commitment to the group, and it's going to show in your business. It's not a coincidence that the best leaders are always, available and they always have their cameras on. And I just want to be that person today to call it out. Like when I come on Fridays and I don't see people's cameras on when we've got some good speakers and people dedicating their time, I don't see it as value. I think that we can be better as a profession, and I would just encourage that everybody in this course, even if you got a bad hair day, just come on. We want to see it. We want to see all your good looks. Awesome. Eric, go ahead. Oh, okay. We'll get back to you in a second, Eric. Okay. How about Shampa? Pink screen. I like it.
You're on mute.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
I was asking if there's any points for rentals.
To learn how to prospect for rentals?
Well, are there any points, like the reward points, like that you were talking about prior to this?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. A transaction's a transaction. Yeah. Thank you, Shampa. And absolutely. And with rentals, we expect you to close more because there's more out there. So, but yeah, that's great. Thank you for the question. Absolutely. Rentals are great. Okay, Dan?
Maybe the next person that's up to be coming off mute right away so you don't have to wait.
Exactly. Patricia, go ahead. You're muted.
Okay. Hi. I just wanted to know if you're an individual agent, which is considered your team, your office?
Yeah, so we're going to get back to you on that. Some team leaders have stepped up in local offices. If there is a local office, we will assign you to that. But at this point, stay tuned for that. And if you are looking, because you wanted to follow up with that social media tasks, just go on to Facebook and try to find all of the RE/MAX main groups so you can get some of that content if that's part of your question. Awesome. Okay. Getting back to Eric. Are you ready to talk now?
Still on mute.
No, he's muted. Do you want to just type it into the chat?
Now I think, can you hear us now?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, go ahead, Eric.
She wanted to, do we calculate the points on our own, or do we just put in there what we're doing and then Yins calculate the points?
Great question. So we're giving you a form so you can just do it day in, day out. And at the end of the week, we're going to email everybody a link to a Google form, and you're going to insert all of those numbers into that form for us. And that's going to go out through a text message and email as a reminder. And the team leader will have access to everybody's spreadsheet inside that team. So you'll have access to that. Great question. Dan, you ready to go, bud?
Yeah, hey, Alex. Thanks for doing this. I just wanted to see if you had any suggestions because I'm currently still working another job Monday through Friday to make ends meet. And I plan on leaving that job once I get a commission or two under my belt. Generally ends early in the day. So do you have any suggestions on how I can, help manage my time or maybe still commit to the time frame of doing the activities, just like maybe pushing it till later in the day?
Yeah, Dan, life is always going to be calling for sure. You've got to organize your schedule where you put prospecting as a priority. In your situation, sometimes you need to take that leap of faith and get out there and make things happen. All I will say, and I know this might not be a popular answer, but you got to work 14-hour days if you're going to make it. You got to be hungry, man. You got to be ready to do the things that people are not willing to do to be successful. And I'll be honest with you, like, it's going to be a shitty time like as far as lots of work in your schedule, but it's going to build up tolerance, and you're going to build up endurance, and you're going to build up strength in your work life. That's going to carry you in this business. So get obsessed with real estate, wake up early, go to bed late, work really hard, because the statistics are working against you right now, Dan. You're not going to succeed if you're going to just try to coast. So the best way to do it is organize your schedule and prioritize the green time. And unfortunately, the pink and white time, the white time needs to be there for like being able to fill in the gaps, but you're going to have to make some sacrifices. And that's the honest truth. So be hungry, get ready. It's going to be a good time, and put this course first. I would be working around my schedule on this course, to be honest, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's what I did today. So thank you.
Proud of you, buddy. That's great. Good job. Many more to go. Let's go. Victoria.
Hey, how you doing, everyone? Nice to meet everyone. I think
Nice.
you might have already covered this, Alex, but there was a lot of information, so I'm not sure if I heard it quite correctly. But I think for me, coming in as a new agent, one of the things that I want to focus on is generating the leads. What is
Yes.
the best way to do that? And then what, I guess, resources should I look to?
Yeah, so we're going to cover a lot of the actual activities of prospecting on the Wednesdays. As a new agent, you need to be building your sphere of influence. That's probably, we call that the warm market. So one of the segments of our sessions will be like giving you a memory jogger list, and there'll be like 100 different titles, and then you're going to put a person's name, phone number, and email beside them. And as you fill out that list, then you're going to start contacting those people. We're going to give you a script on how to do that. That's probably your most affordable way to go. And then we could do things like coffee dates and stuff like that. That'll be a more like, again, part of the presentation side. But yeah, that's what you need to do as a new agent, is you need to get your database started. And if you don't have a CRM yet, a spreadsheet will do. Just fill out the form, get the data in there. I've got one of my good friends, Jack Ramsey, on the call. He's very diligent with how he fills out his contacts every single day. And his list when he first started was obviously small like everybody else's. And now it's massive because he's diligent in those activities. Yeah, awesome. Well, it's good to see you, Victoria.
Thank you.
Happy you're here.
Thank you.
Jack, what's going on?
Everything's going on. Thanks for having me. So happy to be part of this. I kind of want to make a statement, then a quick question to you both. Football season, we're in the playoffs. So I got the playoff beard going. And I think the timing of this is really good based on the timing of the playoff schedule. So we're just getting ready for our first wild card weekend. We've got Super Bowl coming up first week of February. So we're going to sort of have this related to our team here winning a Super Bowl and get a lot of points. So I'm excited about that. Timing, right? The timing of this is great. And timing for your springboard to your 2025 season. What a great way to start this, by getting accountable for your actions and becoming a good realtor. January, February are tougher months, but it's a great way to get rolling in the right direction. So that's my statement. Quick question is, team leader, can they assign a person on the team to track the points?
Yes, that's a good question. We actually talked about that in the team leader course. We actually have an assistant for each team. So once we establish our teams, we will have an assistant dedicated to you, Jack, which you will get to appoint. And so that person will help you with that. And you're there to help and oversee, of course. But Coach Jack, appreciate the words of wisdom. And Jack is a shining star in Canada, despite that Miami Dolphins helmet in the background. Some would think he's from Florida, but he's my boy back in Canada.
What's up with that?
Oh, okay. So Jack is actually one of the success stories of the Victoria Homes Group. We've got lots of them. Jack is our fastest senior partner within my team. Went from 0 to hero in 2 years, and now he's leading a team here for the Path to Platinum, which I'm super proud of him about. Talk about a dedicated guy. He challenges me every single day. He's consistent. He's hardworking, and he has just abundance of energy, which we need in this business. So thanks, Jack, for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. Colleen, the queen of Remax Select Group. You're muted, man. Yeah.
Couple of questions. Oh, okay.
Yes.
They want to know if rental contracts will count.
Yes, we already discussed that, and yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next,
same points.
Someone has 2 upcoming closings. Will they count
No.
for this?
Stop cheating.
Okay.
No, it's got to be done through the course. It has to be done through the course.
Okay.
We appreciate those that have the business, but no, we're trying to jumpstart you here. And of course, the points are like, again, it's the fun of it, but we're trying to get you busy. We're trying to get you productive. We're trying to get you winning and everything in your schedule. And so nobody wants handouts in this group. We want to start in 2025, right? Can I get a thumbs up if everybody agrees with that? Yeah, appreciate you. Okay, cool. All right, anything else, Colleen?
No, that's it. I'm just really excited about the program, and I see this as a tremendous opportunity to start your year off with a big bang, guys.
Thank you, Colleen, and don't go anywhere because we want you to share your testimonials from your past experience with the program. We do have a segment at the end of this course for that, so that's awesome. Okay, Lisa.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited about this program. I just have a question about when do we start tracking everything? Is it today? Is it when?
Right now.
Today.
Today.
Right now.
Okay,
Yes.
so from those sheets that you gave us in the handout, right? That's what we use?
Monday, yep.
As of today?
Monday to
Okay.
Sunday. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Great question. Let's get to work. Rory, one of my other brothers from Canada. I love all the questions from Canada. These guys are always learning up there.
So my question is regarding personal branding versus business branding on social media. What's your suggestion on the mix and how's that weighed? And also a call to action for everyone. If you haven't checked out Jack Ramsey's Instagram, get on there because whatever he's doing.
Good question. Because Jack is your team leader for this course, Rory, it's sharing his content. Jack's going to share team content. So just make sure that it's around that. But you can also create your own posts and you get credited for that. So I think it's yes, yes, and yes is the answer. Just do it and be diligent. But I will say this, and it's not directed towards you, but it kind of is, Rory, is that if you are already good at something, keep doing it, but also look to this course to challenge you in areas that you're not doing things in. I'm not saying you got to do everything, but if you're like, man, I'm really good at social media, but I'm not really good on the phone. Well, you should probably put phone as your priority because by the time that this program is finished, you're going to be so much stronger. You're going to have better habits and you're going to have more money in your bank account, which is, I think, the reason why we're doing this, right, Doug?
That's why I did it.
Good. Fantastic. Good. Okay, Deborah.
Hi. Yes, I'm an individual agent without the assistant or anything. And I know there are a lot of teams, and sometimes the teams I don't know how these teams do it, but I know there's other teams, they put everything in one name. Is it going to be all individuals or am I going to be competing against a team?
Great question. So it's all based on averages. And so it's actually all based on the team that you're assigned. Now, if there's a specific real estate team already in RE/MAX Select Group, of course, they're going to be on the same team together in this program. But you're also going to be added to that, potentially that group. And then it's the average of the agent. It doesn't matter because you're an individual that's going to be on a team, Deborah. You're on a team. So your numbers are going to be combined with that group. And then we're going to, if it's 11 agents versus Canada only has 6 agents, it's the average of the per agent per capita. So if you're on a team, you can't do 2 deals if it's one person. It's one deal for the team. It's one deal total. If you are a team agent, you only put 0.5 on your sheet and your team leader will put 0.5 on their sheet. You can't double dip on the numbers. So let's be clear about that. If you're an actual team agent and you transact in the house, your half point goes to the team leader that's on this program. If your team leader, like myself, that is not on this program, you can use the full point. But the whole point of this is to not cheat the numbers. We're trying to be honest with our businesses here. So I appreciate that. Kalpi? Did I say that right?
Actually, I got to figure out how to change my name on this because I'm using my laptop instead of my desktop. But it's Jeff Bretzer from Plantation.
Nice, Jeff. Nice. Threw me right off with that name on the side there. I wasn't sure if I was seeing it correctly or not.
Yeah, it should say Cal Pilot, but I guess it's only got 5 letters. But
love it.
That's it.
Let's get going. What's your question?
My question is, I actually printed out the agenda for this first week, the program, and the program has all of the tracking sheets in the back. Is each week going to have that, or should I print out extra copies of that?
So as I mentioned, we're going to have the tracker sheets. We're going to try to send a digital version as well, so you can have that to fill in, like if you want to type into the form. So that'll be coming this week. But yeah, we'll add it to the program every week. Appreciate that. Thanks, Jeff. Okay, Beth from Celebration.
Hi. My question is, do the activities of the team leader count on the team? So
yes.
For example,
yes.
Okay. If I make calls to customers, if I make recruiting calls and so forth. Okay.
Outbound calls. Yep. I would make that the same. I mean, we're incentivizing recruiting. So you have a bit of a cheat sheet, don't you? Because you're recruiting. Those big points are going to come in your favor. But yeah, absolutely. Just get fantastic. Abraham, my brother from Jamaica, who's my operations manager in Canada. Another question from Canada. What's going on? Oh, I can't hear you. And you're not muted either. Maybe drop it in the chat, Abe, if you don't have your mic working. Ryan Kelly, you're up.
With the social media engagement, are we posting specifically on Remax Select Facebook pages, or are we posting on our personal pages?
Your personal and your business page. Yep. Yeah. The idea is we're trying to get you're trying to get out there. You're trying to get your message out to the people that know you, and you're trying to expose to them that. So.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Well, all the team. I have another question from Stephanie. Will all the teams have the same number of members? No. It's based on averages. Some teams are going to have less numbers, but it's going to be calculated based on the average. Do we get points if we recruit Deborah to our team? Possibly. I don't know. You're hilarious. Okay, and then our hashtags recommended. Sure. I mean, it depends on the platform. I think Instagram is more beneficial with hashtags than Facebook, but I do hashtags anyway. Okay. I think that's it. How do I find the schedule for this program? Eric, we sent those emails out last week, but if you need them again, we could do that. I also sent a team leader, which I'll send to you. I sent to a couple team leaders that missed our team leader call. I will forward you the recording to that video so you can watch it, and you'll get access to that. Thank you, Eric. Abraham, anything from you there? Let's see. Okay. Is that a comment or a question, Abe?
I should be back here now. Perfect.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Sorry about that, Alex. As I was saying to everybody that has an Instagram link or a social media link, post it in the chat so everybody that's on this call can follow each other, right? And just get you up in some engagement there. So that will kickstart you into this competition. If you post your links here, everybody click on each other's links and follow each other. I already shared Jack, so Jack, I already have you covered. Just click on there while we go into this last section here.
Yeah, and also, guys, you will be invited to a Facebook Messenger group with your team. And also, I created a Facebook group. If you go to the Remax Select group Facebook page, you're going to see a link to the Path to Platinum group. I want to keep the group separate just because for those that are not attending, I don't want them to be jealous or have too much fear of missing out. So we need to keep it kind of separate. Yeah, so make sure you click the link to join that group. Everybody should be on that group which is the Path to Platinum Remax Select group. Appreciate it. And we can share our Instagrams inside there as well. So I think that's awesome. Okay. I think we got to move around. One second. We got Frank here. Frank, you ready to say something? Because you're our sponsor. We got to give you a couple seconds.
Okay. Well, all I can say is I wish everybody luck. We are so happy to be a part of this, and let's get some points going. And we want to pay. We want to pay out. So the more winners, the more we pay. So congratulations and good luck to all. Yeah, seriously. I wish everybody a lot of success in this.
That's awesome, Frank. And you know what? We'd love to have you back. Always want to keep you top of mind and appreciate your support and, of course, friendship. And look forward to seeing you get full with some referrals. So remember Frank, guys. He's awesome. And they're sponsoring, so we can spend thousands of dollars on you guys prizes.
And real quickly, my camera's not working, so I'm always on camera. But I updated my thing today, and it's just not working. So that's all right. I still look the same.
No problem, Frank. It's strike one. 2 more strikes and you're out. Okay?
See you, buddy. Thank you.
I can be a really nice person. I can be a hard ass. You tell me which one you like, and I'll try to accommodate. Okay, Deborah, one last question because we do want to move along here.
I just got on the Facebook to go into it, and there's different Remax Select. It's Remax Select Group of Florida. There's a Remax Select that only has 7 members.
Yeah, so Remax Select Group Florida is the group I'm talking about. I've pasted our new group inside that group. So I don't want to do a ton of problem solving on this call today because that's not really in my schedule, but we will get that over to you guys. I'll probably just try to send an email out with that group as well. We're just sending lots of emails, and I want to make sure we don't do too many of them. All right. I think we're done our Q&A. Doug, any thoughts on the Q&A? Or?
Very good. Good to ask questions. If you don't ask the questions, then you're wondering. So always be willing to step up and ask your questions, gang.
Thank you so much. Okay. So our week is done. First one out of the gate. We've got a busy Wednesday. So for those that are committed to the course, make sure you do the homework that's in our book, but also show up for Wednesday. That's the rubber hitting the road. That's the calls time. That's the money-making activities. And so make sure you join us on the 8th, 12 o'clock Eastern time. And we're going to be consistent. The only thing that might change is your Friday self-directed work group with your team leader. And that will be coming to you in the next 24 hours. I just want to thank everybody from the Remax Select Group, family, from the management, all the way down to the agents for being a part of this program. If you can make sure you brag to your colleagues about it, we would really appreciate it. And if there's any other questions you have, do send me an email, alexburns@goselectgroup.com. Once we establish your team, that'll be where you put most of your questions moving forward. But I will have access to that as well. So look forward to working with you guys. Have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.